In this video, we're going to be talking about legal writing, and there are two big tips that you want to keep in mind when you begin doing legal writing. So, the first is that legal writing is best when it is succinct. And succinct means that it's short, clear, and direct. Never forget that legal reading is boring. And no one has ever gotten to the end of a legal brief and thought, gee, I wish that had been longer. So keep your writing succinct. The second tip is to write in plain English. So many people are introduced to legal writing through reading old legal documents, which often used flowery and superfluous language. We don't do that anymore. It just makes your writing hard to read. So, having covered the basics, let's talk about the backbone of legal writing, which is the legal memorandum. So, to understand how to write a legal memorandum, we first need to understand this concept of a claim and the concept of elements. So the basic idea is that a claim is just some sort of judicial action that is triggered by a certain set of factual circumstances. And so when we're using a claim in this context, it could be a civil cause of action. So, for instance, a lawsuit for a breach of contract, that would be a civil cause of action. It could be a criminal offense. It could also be an affirmative defense, either to a civil cause of action or a criminal offense. And a claim in this context could also just be a simple motion, and a motion is a request for a court order. But what all of these claims have in common is that they consist of constituent elements. And these elements are the factual circumstances that trigger the judicial action. And so the way to think about this is that a claim is a set of elements. And this concept of claims and elements will help guide you in creating a legal memorandum. So let's now talk about the different parts of a legal memorandum. So a traditional legal memo will have 5 parts. The first part is the statement of facts. The second part is the statement of issues. The third is the short answer. The fourth is the analysis. And the fifth is the conclusion. So I want to start with the statement of issues. And so the way to handle the statement of issues is that for each claim that the memo is analyzing, you want to have a corresponding issue statement. So in other words, if your memo is analyzing 3 different claims, then you want to have three different issue statements in your statement of issues. And then when you get to your analysis section, each claim, which corresponds to an issue, is then going to correspond to a subdivision in your analysis section. So a good legal memorandum will have one subdivision for each claim that's being analyzed in the memo. Your statement of facts, then, needs to focus on what I will call essential facts. And these are facts that are material to the elements of each claim. So recall that a claim is a set of elements. And so in your statement of facts, you want to include all of the facts, and ideally only those facts which touch upon some element of the claim that's being analyzed. Now, the short answer is just a summary of the analysis. And for my short answers, I include no citations. It's really just supposed to be a synopsis of what is in your analysis. So if someone needs to get more details from the short answer, they just read the analysis. And then the conclusion is just a statement of the bottom line for each claim. So in your conclusion section, you're just going to state whether you conclude that each claim that's being analyzed, whether that claim has merit. Now, of these 5 sections, the analysis section is the most important, and we will talk about how to write a good analysis section in the next video.